My name is Lecturer Kilaji Bishop Kenya Michael Thomas, speaking in Nairobi National Government this evening. As usual, I used to give actually the word of God in relation to religious, political, philosophy context. Simply because I'm a political preacher, I'm looking forward to be United States of Kenya Republic President come 2027 elections. With my Vice President, His Excellency retired Kenya Defense Forces Brigadier His Excellency Nick Gogobo was on ballot paper or ballot box 2007 elections or December 27, 2007 election. And my Vice President, my powerful Prime Minister will be none other than retired United States of America President, His Excellency Dr. Barack Hussein Obama. When His Excellency Barack Obama was the President of America, he visited his homeland country, or called Kenya, where I'm now speaking in, and people wanted him to rule us. So when I formulated my government, that was a long time ago, about 2020, I included him then in that case because Kenyans requested him to come and rule us. Alright? So I ended up actually formulating a government because we Africans, since British left us, which have been actually ruling us 1920 to December 12, 1963 and left. We have been ruled by three Kikuyus president and numerous number of vice president, plus two Kalenjin, including the one now on the throne. His Excellency Sir Dr. William Samarito. We have been terrorized by this, KK kind of tribes, president and numerous vice president or deputy president. So I formulated a government 2020, all right, October 11th. So here is the government, United States of Kenya Republic. I being here, and the flag will be here. Vice President Nikukubo is here, His Excellency. His Excellency is Dr. Barack Hussein Obama here. And I'm also here introducing myself, what I've been actually about my brief autobiography, brief one about what I've been doing, and the flag is here of the next government, United States of Kenya Republic, because we are going to use actually United States of America currency to improve this low value Kenya currency called shillings. Because we have petroleum in various parts of the county government of Kenya. Marsabit being one, the one who have been used by British government in 1920 until they left in 1963. According to the British American, district commissioner who was actually ruling Kenya, 1920 to 1963, who baptized me and also baptized Moi. That's why I ended up being President Moi pastor. The Kabartonjo, his own church called African Church, but it is his. So the one which actually, opened up the petroleum crude oil, which was opened up in Marsabit Kurukum area, in Lysamis constituency, all right, Kariki ward, or in that case we call it South Hall ward, Karigi ward, Kor ward, Karigi ward assembly now. Which of course I'm going to take that one now because it is actually in my station, African Church Kurukum station. We are told actually there was petroleum here in Kenya even before actually people knew it, because my mom was actually the maid of that priest, Reverend Al John Anderson, British American, who have missionary who have started all 24 stations almost of Marsabit African Church, but I'm going to take them now to be called Interdenomination Church International. So the next government is here, beyond reasonable doubt. All right, all Kenyan have agreed that it is here. So anyway, that is how it is. And my powerful first lady, because we the president like me and others need educated, highly and served women, because they are going to hold the Bible. New international version like this one or any other, but this one is the best. Study Bible, all right, to get along with the president. So the wife of the president is actually a president in Asia, sure, because he has a say in all government policies and he has an office. So that one will be none other than the lady who have prayed for her husband and have actually responded yes, all right, because she has actually influenced my thought, action and feelings, okay, has influenced completely as a priest of Kenya and a prophet, all right, and I've also casted law to check whether this is actually a true kind of a person for me to marry, and it happened. Casting lot is there, even the book of Jonah, all right, if you read Jonah, chapter 1 and 2 and the following verses, chapters, you will see Jonah time, the godly human being have casted lot and they get the truth of the matter. Casting lot was also there when Judas committed suicide, and Matthias actually, was actually, appointed by through casting lot in the Bible. So using number 1 to 7. So I'm also expert in that. I can at least, interpret the Bible even using casting lot. So when I cast a lot, it happened that Charlene Ruto was my wife. She has become my wife in that case. And so by so doing that, she is now my first lady. Honorable Charlene Ruto has prayed and God has answered a prayer when he was prayed by the priest from America. That is none other than the one we call actually, we call Dr. Reverend Dr. Benin Hinn from America. He was here in Kenya and he had a very big crusade here in Nyayo Stadium. And the lady approached the priest with a boldness kind of heart and mind to pray for her to get an husband. She's a grown-up girl, 30 years now, and she wanted a husband, the youngest daughter of our president. So that lady has influenced my feelings, action, and thoughts that this is the right woman for me. And also I cast a lot and it happened. So she will be going to be my first lady in the next government, which is around the corner. Even David succeeded his in-law, King Saul, to become the king of Israel. And there was no problem. With also some friends of him, Jonathan and others from the same family of King Saul. So did Samson committed suicide? In Judges chapter 16 verse 30. You can commit even political suicide at your own accord and also other kind of, suicidal kind of, deaths. Even in Matthew chapter 27 verse 5, Judas Iscariot, the accountant of Jesus Christ, committed suicide, having betrayed his master Jesus Christ to the Roman priest and the Roman government to crucify Jesus, sinless Christ for nothingness. So Samson, if we read Judges chapter 16 verse 30, it read like this. Samson said, opening an inverted comma, let me die with the Philistines. Okay? Then he pushed with all his might, and down came the temple on the rulers and all the people in it. Thus killed many more when he died than while he lived. If you read briefly about this man called Samson, he had actually a godly kind of parent, but did not heed the parent advice. He wanted to marry that lady of Philistine called Delilah. And having married this lady, Delilah, it happened that actually Delilah was not a faithful lady. He was enticed actually to marry her so that he will be caught up to be, killed, because he was the soldier, the most bravest soldier of Israel. So sometimes women can be used to entice men to be caught by particularly so brave human beings. So in the book of Judges, it is filled up with sensational stories that is exciting for many people who are reading, like today headlines. For you, in this book, you will see a sheer melodrama of gruesome murders, sexual exploitation, superhuman feat of strength, bizarre mutations, alright, and many other stories, which are so exciting. Okay, this book was written many years ago. Okay, perhaps 308 years after the event of that is described also during the Israelite first kings, like King Saul, David, around 1,000 years before Jesus Christ's birth. Okay, but before also David captured Jerusalem in Judges chapter 121. The book also covers a period of about 350 years, also period that. What do I want to say here? Did Samson committed suicide? For what we have read, Samson's death was a casualty of war. You know, if you are military, the kind of death we call it casualty of war. You are being overpowered by the enemies, and you are sure that they will kill you. So there's no otherwise. You have also to go with them, rather than giving your country, secrets, and also avoiding a kind of a torture, which of course you are going to be mutilated your body by your enemies and also torture you in many ways before they kill you. So that's why many were brave and courageous human beings, soldiers from different nations worldwide. They used to commit what we call casualty of war, kind of suicidal kind of death. And they will go also with so many the enemies. So the statement of this brave man of Israel called Samson to plead for God to die with his enemies in this verse we have read demonstrated his willingness to see the battle through to the end, and even to his death and to his enemy's death. So the bravest Israel of soldier of that time called Samson, having married this woman from Philistine, who enticed her to give the secret of his strength to them, and he was caught up, and they plugged off his eyes and tortured him also partially, but he retaliated in a kind of a tricky way, and wisdom and understanding and knowledge of military tactics. Samson's prayer was a request to help him in the ongoing fight against enemies to the end. So like any other soldiers which are very brave and facing a kind of overwhelming odds, the brave Israel soldier called Samson accepted his impending death at the time, which was around 1,000 years before Jesus Christ. But so Samson's death actually was prophesied also long time ago before his death in Judges chapter 13 verse 5. And God had Israelite Samson up to punish. God used actually raise Samson, the bravest soldier of Israel. God raised him up to punish the sinful Philistines and to begin Israel's deliverance from them. All right. So even on the occasion that we are seeing in the temple of Philistine kind of false god called in small letter God Dagon, the Philistines saw Samson's imprisonment as a sign of their God victory over the God of Israel in verses chapter 23 to 24 from what we have read of Judges chapter 16. Chapter 16 verses 23 to 24. But remember, while the Philistines were also celebrating in that kind of their false god Dagon celebrations, God was working through the brave man of Israel soldier called Samson to hold such kind of a blasphemy, kinds of punishment that Philistines are actually showing God blasphemy by in their idol worship. And so God destroyed their temple and their false god at that time. That's what we want to learn today, that God has power. God is so omnipresent, omnipotent, and so powerful God. I said God is omnipotent, so powerful, omnipresent, present everywhere, in also Psalms 139, and omnipotent completely, He is everywhere, okay, in Psalms 139, alright, and omniscient, so knowledgeable. He's the one who have created you and me and everything in this universe and in heaven as well. Realms. in Psalms 24 verses 1. So remember this evening that God can help you in all the times and also in other times in your life as we begin this year now of our Lord, AD 2025, to conclude this matter. I want our president actually to see that they start the project all over the country for 7 county government, 290 consulate and 1,450 ward assemblies to actually to pay the contractors which are awarded those projects, okay, to give them their money, because you know the cry of righteous human being can reach heaven. Another thing also to pay the workers, if there are because there are so many county government have some arrears of their public servant employees' salaries. And also we do not want actually to have a shortage of adequate personal, engineers in our architecture's kind of projects, roads, which are killing so many Kenyans, bridges, are not all that reliable. We need better engineers. And political also interference or to bring a kind of not goodwill to our country is not good. We need to have a mature kind of politics without abduction, killings, and denying people, social welfare to die. In order for our president, Dr. William Somerito and his vice president, they are leaders of United Democratic Alliance Party, to ascend to the throne come next election. It is not good. All right? Bureaucracy is a kind of kind of leadership which is totalitarian kind of leadership, are not related with democratic rule which we are now thinking that Kenya is practicing. So delaying in payment of projects around the country, and those people have worked together with the casual workers, contractors, and so forth, engineers. Their cry can reach heaven like the blood of slain man called Abel by his brother Cain in Genesis 4:10. Because you can die also out of anger. Some of these engineers have died and their family members because of anger maybe, and those workers also around all the 47 county government. So we need actually a kind of a government which have a kind of a good organizational kind of mandate role to provide us access quality of even education in our early childhood development, education programs, teachers to be paid money, all right, ECDE teachers, and to have a better place of learning, because now we have junior, secondary school, and also secondary school, and then colleges and universities in Kenya, and tertiary also colleges. So we need also the government to improve transitional and retention rate of needing and vulnerable students in basic education, vocational trainings, okay, and teachers of educational, kind of competent best curriculum, kind of we call it ECD, teachers training programs should also be given enough resources so that we will have a better kind of teachers within the enough materials. We need also to empower youth through quality training in our counties for 7 county government, 290 councils and 1,450 ward assemblies. We need also to transfer technology, continuous between TV, ET, and industry. We need also to provide social protection services to us street families and other vulnerable persons, groups around us. As I speak now, I'm in Embakasi National Constituency of Nairobi, one of the 17 constituencies of Nairobi, and one of the, Embakasi Miango ward, one of the 85 ward assemblies region of Nairobi. We have so many, street families, vagabonds, homeless, around me here, even in Embakasi village. These human beings are living in, toilets, ruins, houses, ruined toilets, but now part of it is toilet. We have renovated it a bit, but part of it, they are sleeping so many human beings of post-election violence of 2007, 2008, 2012, 202, and 22 recently. These human beings are really needy. All right? They're really needy. Yes, we have water, surely, here. And also, but we don't have food, actually, and clothing, another, social welfare, like health, and also other food security. So we need also these social protection services to be in villages, like what the previous government have been doing, kasi mitani. We need also to establish a kind of integrated vulnerable groups and street families, kind of units, in Nyumba Kumi initiative, kind of ward levels of 1,450 ward assemblies, so that this work can be reached out. That is what I'm going to do in my government. But I want also period that, because now people can die before that time. The president to know that, so they can emulate that kind of incoming government kind of policies. No community will also need an exhibition to be organized in the place of habitation areas. So what do I want to say here? Bursaries also and scholarships should be provided with the students who are now at home. We are now opening schools, but so many parents around me here are saying that they will not send their children to colleges, universities, and even primary school and junior secondary schools because of lack of money. So we need also, those concerned persons, be it, members of parliament, members of county assembly, women representative, senator of Nairobi and others, and members of parliament and senate, all right, and the president and the governors to give us these funds, bursaries and scholarship money, so that this human being can go to schools. Okay? So that teachers and also school need also to be assessed by the Minister of Education, and children and feeding program to be provided with the food. All right, that's what what is in my back of my mind. As I watch things to become now president of Kenya, United States of Kenya, come to 2027 elections. So I need the president also to have a kind of children provided with the didactic and equipment. Okay, didactic kind of equipment in schools, all right, and also children to be trained and to participate in co-curricular activities, because now this government now have a unique education called competency-based curriculum, like America and British, which is new to the parent and the students. We need also to construct actually, okay, these ECD centers and perimeter walls, all right, properly, and to protect them, not to, in case of these informal fires, not to kill human beings. All right, should be actually constructed with architects who knows how to build, places of that sort, whereby it used to host so many hundreds human beings. So we need actually to have a kind of a provision of capacity building, and with life skills to enable the youth to participate in development processes properly. We need also promotion of gender-responsive programs in the country to increase awareness on plight of persons with disabilities. I have one. One of my sons is amputated leg and not getting any fund from the state. His right leg, while he was playing, football, he got a kind of a, simple fracture, but his leg ended up being amputated completely, no leg, from the upper limb, right leg. And now he is not 2015 up to now, the government has not provided anything. We have filled so many forms. We have also went to look for artificial leg, no, in all government kind of institutions. I've recently been to Nairobi National Hospital Training College, University. And I went actually to, disability kind of artificial leg kind of, training, where the student used to make these artificial legs. It is in ruins. Nobody's there. I only met the lecturer, Dr. Jeremiah Wale Sakuda. He is actually a Maasai subtribe, a very wonderful man, saved. But it's just there. telling me I'm just doing things online. The students are not there. They have no even money. They have no, equipment. So we are told even my son was unable to get that kind of artificial leg, and we came back. We went also to Westland, to another mission, Indian kind of artificial leg kind of hospital. They have been given some few coins, and they have been given some people some artificial leg, but us, we not managed to get it. I've used almost $500,000 to get one from Kijabe Hospital, 2015, but it's now old enough, and the young man has also grown up. So actually, Kenyan presidents, 3 presidents of Kikuyus and 2 Kalenjin president, they are not actually promoting the gender responsive program in the country and in counties and world levels, all right, to increase awareness on plight of persons with disabilities. No. So we also to promote recreational kind of lecture activities to enhance the cohesion and to enhance the diversity of people values within different youth groups, to improve the state of recreation facilities. I was recently attended, Samburu Cultural Night, which was actually conducted here in national government, Nairobi, Bomas of Kenya, where normally our election are being conducted. It was actually on Sabbath day, date 7th of December 2024. Here is the program. You can see it here. All right. We have adjusted actually the time, because the beginning time was supposed to be 6 p.m. to welcome people and registration also, and it will run all through with all the program, all right, to 4 a.m. again night. But we have adjusted the program to run from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That is 12 hours of the night, because that place called Bomas of Kenya, there are a lot of animals. It is in the forest kind of a place. So we told actually the owners of the place that we will be remaining there, because we don't not want to risk our lives. And it seems that this is actually Samburu Cultural Night of December 7, 2024. The program was actually formulated and prepared properly together with the staff officers of Bomas of Kenya by the Samburu University Student Association, highly educated class of Samburus, mass speakers. So there was no mistake except that one, and I corrected it, and also we withhold the program so that I will not distribute the people to go out at night to go and die outside. So we thank also the people who are actually in that kind of Bomas of Kenya officials, because they have really heard our requests and they have not forced us out. So what we want to say, we know also nurturing talent. That is now what we are saying, recreational kind of lectures, activities in these cultural traditional forms of nights and things of that nature. Nurturing talent, which are bringing all 50 tribes of Kenya together. We had, because the governor of Samburu, Honorable Moses Lelit, has paid 1 million shilling for free people to enter there throughout the night, if you are from even all tribe of Kenya 50. And so I thank him so much, and other also organizers of the event. So nurturing talent by providing platform to the youth to show their talents and improve their state of sport facilities, cultural, kind of a program like this one is very nice to be funded by the state. Not actually the governor of Samburu depriving people money of his county to pay for such kind of event. The Minister of Sports and Culture need to do that, but he's using money. So this Kenyans, minister of this 12 ministers and the principal secretaries, they don't know their roles. They're overlapping. They don't know who is supposed to, to be where. Even those sports people who are, culture kind of ministers could have been there, but he was not there. So we need also to increase the number of school enrollment by awarding needy peoples with bursaries. Wale watoto wanapita mitihani number one private wangepatiwa bursaries by the state. Alright? Okay? To increase their motivations and loyal leadership because they are tomorrow leaders. We also to provide and promote social protection and care to all human beings living in Kenya and other races too, from all races, colors, genders, and nationalities if they need here in Kenya. We also to promote actually social protection care. I said it actually, and to provide and promote early childhood development education programs. I said it. Otherwise, may God bless you, human being living in Kenya and beyond. And I'm sure, pray for me and my entire government, incoming government, and leaders have mentioned, so that we will win these elections around the corner. And we are going to help you surely, beyond reasonable doubt. But we are going to put God also first in our, in our government policies. God first in my government. We are going to take God as fast as ever. In my government, surely. In my government, United States of Kenya Republic government, incoming government, with these leaders, alright, and many others. We are going to have it, actually, a kind of God-oriented kind of government, with God-fearing leaders, with participatory leadership, humble leaders, with visionary kind of leadership, steadfastness, and working effectively and efficient leaders in excellent leadership. And the government in place is here. Surely, you can read it online. Okay, it is here. You can read it online completely. Otherwise, may God bless you, human being living in Kenya. And remember that this government is there. Correct? This is the government in place. And you have to take it as it is. Alright? You have to take it as it is here. Correct? You have to take this government as it is. It is here. Alright? It is this kind of a government. Alright? This is the government in place. Alright? This is the government in place. Completely. So try to know that this is the government in place. This one. Alright? This one. This one. This one. This government in place. Alright? This is the government in place. Kapisa.